Hey, technical difficulties, but we're back for part 2.
If you're listening, you have no idea what just happened.
Yeah,
because,
so don't worry.
we
We're gonna cut this part out for the
Yeah.
listeners, but for the live stream people that are watching, we just had a
Apologies.
technical difficulty.
Yep.
But we're back, and
And we're
like we
figuring
were
it out.
saying, we're gonna start our new segment called Unpopular Opinions. So why don't we just dive into it?
Yeah.
So what do we have? What do we have up for today?
So let's see. Hold on, let me make sure, because now I gotta look this way to make sure that we're doing the right thing here. Okay, cool. Let me zoom out. Perfect, y'all can see that. All right, so we got the Reddit thread up, unpopular opinions. I was saying before we got cut off, maybe we can get, at some point when we get millions and millions of viewers, we can get our own Reddit thread going, and people can throw their own unpopular opinions in there for us to do
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, one that we have, let's see.
Surprise me. Give me something juicy, something to dig my teeth into.
Sexualizing the words thick, daddy, etc., and the number 69 is fucking annoying.
That's what the opinion is?
This is the this is the description that comes along with it. I'm completely tired of every time I mention anything regarding thick, daddy, etc. There's always that one person who lets out a chuckle and repeats it. I'm looking at you, John. It bothers me every single time. And now you got to avoid saying any of these words to not seem like a 9-year-old on the internet. This modern age makes me want to pull my hair out.
Okay, so it's thick.
Daddy and
All right.
69.
Okay, so
Hold on.
let me talk about this for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
How often are you using the number 69? And for what, were you born in 1969?
Maybe.
And also, this seems more like a personal issue, like with like the people that they're surrounding themselves with.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean,
Are people really like
I don't
laughing? Like, do you let out a chuckle when someone goes, "Yeah, I got the extra thick peanut butter"? Are you like, huh?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that
This
you?
seems more
Do
like
you do that?
me.
Yeah, personally, G-Craw.
I'll use the words, but in a joking manner. But I'll also use them in a regular manner. Like, yeah, it was thick.
Right.
But also, like, I don't even think I use the word thick that often to
No.
describe things.
No.
So I feel like this person needs to, first of all, relax.
Also, when do you, as a grown adult, say the word daddy?
right.
Other than, like, do you refer to your father as daddy?
But that's what
Because
I'm
you got
saying.
some
Like,
issues
they're-
if that's what you're doing.
If these are the 3 words that this person is concerned about, and, like, I mean, it seems to me like you just need to, like look at the context in which you're using them.
Right.
Like, maybe it just seems more like a personal problem than like a problem with the culture.
Right.
It's like there are always going to be words that are like kind of funny. Like the word butt is
And
funny.
the word
It's-
moist is
yeah.
like, ugh,
there are words
moist.
that just have certain reactions to them when you hear them. And now, like, the word thick, like if somebody said the word thick, that one to me is like whatever. I probably wouldn't really notice. Or daddy.
Yeah, but like
wouldn't
daddy's
really
just
notice.
like daddy's just like weird. Like, why are you saying daddy other than like what other
Right.
context are you using that word in?
Are you still calling your
fucking
father daddy?
William 238154?
Yeah,
You
honestly,
fuck.
I think your friend John that you called out,
Yeah.
participating in this call out culture. To be honest, was it William?
It was William.
Yeah,
He did the
William.
dirty
You
deed.
you kind of sound a little bit like a dweeb.
Yeah.
I think that you kind of either one need to surround yourself with more mature people, or 2 you might want to mature yourself.
Yeah, and then also like lighten up a little bit, bruh.
Yeah,
Lighten it up.
yeah, man.
Stop
Those words
being
are
so-
funny. Thick is a funny word.
Stop being so serial.
I guess maybe I'm just giving into what he's frustrated with. Like, thick is a funny word. But also, like, 69. Dude, how often are you counting to 69? How often does, like, your bill come out to be exactly $69?
$69.99, the price of a coffee.
Yeah. What are you talking about,
Like-
man? Nothing costs $69.
No.
At what other point? Unless William, you're born in 1969,
Right.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
You know what's funny? There's a Patriots football player, Rob Gronkowski, and I think it was last season he caught his like 69th touchdown, and he's a fucking, he's a chuber. Like this dude is like just like a total like goofball.
Yeah.
So they asked him like, so what, Gronk, what do you think about? He goes, well, I got number 69. It's like, okay, like I guess in that sort of scenario,
That's the one though. Like out of all of those, like thick or daddy or 69. If you're like a friend of somebody like in their 20s and you laugh when you hear the number 69, stop.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Grow up a little bit,
Yeah.
pal.
Grow up.
All right, I got another one for you, Craw.
Right.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
This one's a goodie. I love this is okay. So this is from Dr. Wife. Wait, hold on. Dr. Wife Respecter 122. Dr. Wife Respecter. So he respects wives, all of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's a PhD in respecting
wives.
All right, continue.
122. So we got it in the year 122.
Okay.
I love being wet in a bed.
No.
No. And this is the description, okay?
Wait, that's
just the headline. We got a whole article going here, Grant.
All right.
Title pretty much says it all. After showering, I love lying in my bed directly without drying myself first, transforming my bed into a cool, soggy, and nice place to lie on. My dorm mates first thought it was very fucking weird and uncomfortable, but after some time, they grew to accept it. There's just something about being wet in a bed that just gives me satisfaction.
All right.
Almost as if you were just sitting down in some sort of spa. All right, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, dude.
Who the fuck lies down?
I've got a couple questions for Dr. Wife Respecter.
Does your wife respect that?
Are you a frog? Do you live in a swamp?
All right, platypus.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
very weird.
No, none of. First of all,
let's not do that. Let's do the.
My other question is, why do your roommates know?
Right. Do they
like? Are you announcing it? Like, I'm moist and I'm going in between my sheets now.
He must just like get out of the shower and like blatantly not dry off. Like, call attention to the fact that he's not drying off.
This is somebody that needs more pleasure in life. Like, this is somebody that, seriously, like, if this is where you're deriving your pleasure from your swamp, from your swampy bed, you have to find some other. Go to a spa, dude.
That's what he says. He goes, it's just like sitting down in some.
That's what I'm
sort
saying.
of spa.
Go to an actual spa.
Get a spa membership. Your bed is now mold.
Yeah,
You've
right.
created
Exactly.
Mold in your bed. Like, that's what someone just commented. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Oh, he commented back. Oh my god.
Wait, read the comments. Read the comments.
The comment is, your bed is guaranteed to have mold in it due to this. And he responds, my mattress is covered in plastic, so water can't seep in.
But what about the sheets?
Hold off on the sheets, okay? Because clearly he doesn't use them. Why is your bed covered in plastic? You fucking weirdo. And then comments again, it's fine since my dorm has laundry service every 3 days. All right, you lazy fuck. I usually change bed sheets every 2 days. Oh my god, I can't even. I don't.
The other thing is this guy, deep down, he knows he's a frog, because he's posting about it on Reddit, like looking for justification for his weird swamp bed.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you live in a swamp.
Yeah. Like,
don't live in a swamp.
You got bushes
you're
going
a
around
human.
you.
You're a human. You sleep in a bed.
Right.
You don't live in a swamp.
Right.
You're a human.
It's like taking like the cold, turning the pillow over to the cold side to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like, you're just being weird about it now, man.
Also,
cut that out.
That's what towels are for.
Right.
Buy a towel.
Dry yourself off, bruh.
Lay underneath your towel on the floor.
All right, ready for another one?
That was stupid advice.
Oh, this is unpopular as fuck. At least with me. By the dominant species.
Oh, dude, I don't know if okay.
The dominant species. I fucking hate Stuart Little. You're an asshole, and you deserve to not live. Okay? How can you hate Stuart Little?
Wait, that's all he said?
And then, do you want the description?
Yes.
It's a long one. It's a doozy.
Oh, give me the spark
You want me to
notes.
give you a spiel? I haven't even read it yet.
All right, just read the first.
All right, the first couple sentences. I fucking hate Stuart Little. I know what you're thinking. This is some kind of funny joke, but no. Stuart Little is a piece of shit. A damn rat got picked over actual children at an orphanage, and he's supposed to be a hero? And I can't even tell you how many damn times I've seen a great parking space only to turn the corner and realize Stuart Little is already parked there in his stupid little fucking convertible. He took my wife and the kids. All right, enough with this guy.
All right, so this is clearly a joke.
Yeah.
And he's being a troll.
Yeah.
But
stop trolling on Reddit, bro. That's not what it's for.
But here's what I'll say.
Oh no.
His arguments suck. Because the mouse is a conscious mouse.
Right. He has feelings.
Yes. He's just a humanoid mouse. He's not your stereotypical garbage munching rat.
Right.
Which if some parents adopted that over a child, you suck. But because he has a brain and he talks like a human.
To be fair, he was adopted by a family.
Over other kids. I know. But he's a humanoid mouse.
Yeah.
He has consciousness and he has feelings and emotions and he feels pain just like a human. So
right.
What's the diff?
And he hates the cat. What's the cat's name?
I can't remember.
It's not Fluffy. That's totally wrong. Some name. I don't know. A cat
now,
name.
Also, if you turned
Mr.
and you couldn't get a parking spot because of his little car,
and you didn't just crush
you can just park over it.
Right.
You wouldn't even hit it.
You're
what are
trolling,
you
man.
driving? What are you driving? A Hot Wheels? What is your problem, dude?
Get off your bicycle, okay, bro? Get something with 4 wheels.
What is this guy's name again?
The dominant species.
No, you are the inferior species. Leave us alone.
All right, let's find another one here. You want to do like 2 more?
Yeah, let's do 2 more.
Okay. Oh boy, some of these are. Eesh. Some of these are. Damn, they got swastika in here.
Nope.
My goodness.
None of that.
My goodness. Showing your naked body does not mean empowerment. Kinda agree.
What's the name of this guy?
Yeah, I mean, it does matter. Not that interesting 12.
Well,
want to see what he says? Okay, here's what he says though.
Okay.
I've been noticing this trend becoming more apparent, or maybe I'm becoming more cynical. But YouTube trending feed is full with okay, that just means you're watching weird shit, bruh. YouTube trending feed is full with pop stars that are behaving like soft-core porn stars, whether it's Ariana Grande, Cardi B, or any other. I hate this trend and hate it even more when people tell me it is a symbol of empowerment on the part of these women. Edit, more examples. A song like Anaconda by Nicki Minaj, Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, God is a Woman by Ariana Grande, Money by Cardi B does not have music videos. Rather, they have porn videos featuring respective artists in each song. I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch. I see the point, but that's a little bit of a stretch.
He's saying that it's not the music that's selling, it's the sex that's selling.
But
it's in the sex appeal, which has always been a thing.
Let's be honest, sex sells.
Right.
You know, like it sells.
The most liked photos on Instagram are, for sure, I don't know this for a fact, but if I'm pulling it out of my fake fact heads, probably photos of butts.
Right, but then hold on, like, what's your problem with going to like Kmart and getting like underwear, and on the underwear package there's just a dude, like underwear models and shit. It's
because that's not supposed to be, like, if you're buying male underwear and there's an it's not.
That's what you're looking for. Is like
I feel like that's appealing to something else. That's appealing to like your own. You're not like. I mean, you might be sexually attracted to the underwear model, which is fine, but I would say for the most part, it's like, oh, this is what you'll look like if you wear these underwear, which is a sort of different sort of type of advertising.
Yeah.
But as far as like, there's a couple things we need to break down here. The first thing is like the empowerment thing. Maybe.
Well, hold on. Here's what he says at the end. Hold on. We have had many empowered women throughout history who didn't have to dance naked to prove they are empowered. Oh, I thought that said something else. People should learn about those women and take inspiration from them and not from these women who sell their body for money. So what I just find interesting about this is that he's just singling out women that do this.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is, you clearly have a little shtick with women that are getting naked, but you have not mentioned once men that do
Well,
the same sort of thing. So where's
but who?
in terms of men,
Yeah.
there are
I would
definitely
definitely
music. I mean, yes, it's more apparent
Yeah.
in like, yes, the sexualization of women sells more than the sexualization of men. I would assume that
Yeah.
is a statistic. Yes, sure, fine, but there are definitely music videos out there where
Yeah,
men
that,
are
like, ripped
stripping
guys, like,
down and
yeah,
you
for
know, and
sure.
like, and there's you don't have any problem with that.
Well, I guess because he's assuming that the main selling point for those videos isn't that the man is like the sexual. I think his thing is like, again, he is thinking that this sexualization is the only thing. Like, it's dismissing all other aspects of music or art.
True.
And he's saying like the only thing that's selling this product is the sexualization of these people. He's saying two different things. He's talking about like how these products are selling due to sexualization and whether this sexualization is inherently empowering.
Right.
I would say let's answer those two questions separately.
Yeah.
Is getting naked and the sexualization of yourself inherently empowering? I would say it's not inherently empowering. I think that because I think a lot of people are like, it's almost like a shortcut
Yeah.
to feel empowered. It's like if I take my clothes off, then I've exposed myself. I'm as physically vulnerable as I could be, and therefore I'm empowered. It's like, yeah, maybe for a second. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's one of those like fleeting things. It's like you might do that, and for some people maybe that is an empowering moment. Like if you're insecure about your body and you just want like to finally overcome that and just show it to the world. I could see that being empowering, but I wouldn't say it's like a sustained empowerment. I feel like it's fleeting. It's not enough to like, because it's like a step towards empowerment.
Sure.
It's like an acceptance.
Sure.
So now you've accepted yourself,
That's
but are
probably
you
a better way-
satisfied
That's
with
probably
yourself?
a better way to put it. I can speak personally to this because I had a show that I did in college, and you saw it.
Yeah.
Called The Blue Room. If you've ever read that play, probably haven't. It's a good play, but it's about like the spreading of STDs and everything. And there are sex scenes with every single character, so every character pretty much gets naked. And I had to get naked twice in the show. And I will tell you that like getting naked on stage in front of an audience of people, while it was at the first time it was jarring.
Yeah.
When you do it, I didn't think of anything else except about the character that I was being and the scene that was being driven. It was like, and when you're acting, right, a lot of the times there'll be a distraction over here and a distraction over here and you're taken out. And I guess that's kind of less empowering, right? Because you're not in the moment and you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. And you feel that. You feel like you're not as empowered in the character as you can possibly be. But when I did have to strip down and it was like, you're right, I'm fully vulnerable. Everyone is looking at me. It kind of makes you like, okay, like I'm either going to crumble under this or I'm going to stand up at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to, you got to
It's
choose.
like, it's just diving in. It's like diving into like
Exactly.
a vulnerable experience.
You're 100% there.
Which I can understand. I think my thing is more like, it shouldn't be your only source of empowerment.
No. And
Which
that's
I
becoming
think
a
might
thing.
be like what he's
His
harping on is like, oh, you don't have to be talented. You don't have to work hard. If
Right.
you get naked, you can feel empowered and self-confident. Maybe that's enough for some people. I don't know. Like if that's your thing, fine. But I personally don't see that being a sustainable source of empowerment.
I think it's something that you can chew on, but you can't really swallow, you know? It's like,
Well, I just think it's fleeting. I
Yeah.
think you'll feel empowered for a moment or a couple days while
then
your
it goes
photo's
away.
getting likes or your video's getting likes, and then
Right.
once that initial sensationalization
Right.
fades, it's
like a false sense of empowerment, I guess.
yeah,
All right. We got one more?
sure.
One more. Let's see here. Do you want to pick one?
Sure.
Yeah, you pick one. You pick one, Grant.
I'll pick it. Let's see here. All right. Let me see. Oh man, no, we already spoke about that one. The Louis C.K.
Yeah. Make sure the mic is in front of you when you're...
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So we have two. I'll let you choose between these two.
What do you got, Brody?
Either Avatar had the worst predictable ass dumb fucking plot ever and did not deserve its success, or strangers have a right to tell disruptive children to stop.
Ooh. Well, I love both of those. because I.
Let's do both of them.
All
We'll
right,
do them
fine.
real quick.
Okay.
All right.
So the first one
So
is.
this is by Attack Helicopter USA.
Oh my God.
And it's Avatar had the worst predictable ass dumb fucking plot ever and did not deserve its success. 5 minutes into the movie, I could tell you exactly how it was going to go from start to finish. Legit, the plot was something a 6th grader could have come up. Okay. How did no one else notice? Also, a lot of people noticed, dude.
Right.
You are first. It's Avatar came out in 2009.
You're not
It's
special,
2019, dude.
Right. You're still talking about this?
Yeah.
Get over it, man.
Yeah.
Get over
Right
it.
when it came out, everybody was like, "This is Pocahontas."
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
So
I understand people's argument with this, and people always rip this movie for that. I don't care, because every single movie follows one of like the original tales of time. You know, they all follow certain plot structures, and they all follow plot structures that have been used over and over and over and over and over. You could do this with any movie.
Yeah.
You really could, and especially any Western movie.
Yeah.
You could do this with.
this complaint has just become like a cliche complaint.
Yeah, it's like,
it's been said so many times. It's like no one cares. The thing is that I think that if it was a less successful movie, no one would care.
no one would care. No one would
It's
care.
only because it's the top grossing movie of all time that
So-
people need to find something that's
to
wrong
complain
with
about.
it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, is the plot predictable? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it basically Pocahontas?
Yes.
But the selling point of this film was not the plot.
It was the visuals.
It was the visuals.
Yeah, it was
and
the
like
visuals.
so, you know,
At that point in time, I remember when I went and saw that in the theaters.
Me too.
And at that point in time, when I watched that movie, I was like taken aback by how beautiful it looked.
yeah, me
You know,
too.
like I was just enthralled with the graphics and how real it was, and not to mention too, even though it copies off Pocahontas, whatever, it was still, the acting was great, the dialogue was great. You know, there wasn't.
And also, like, did it copy Pocahontas? Because it's an alien planet. There are avatars.
Right.
There are giant machines and helicopters. It's
Right.
like there's enough discrepancy between the two that it's like, all right, sure, maybe like a general structure of plot
Right.
of like an invasion,
right, an invasion of a foreign
which
thing,
has
and-
definitely happened
and then they
many times
and they
outside of
assimilate,
Pocahontas.
and now it's,
yeah,
that's what
this
I'm saying, is it happens all the
is-
time.
happens all the time. You know, this is, and he goes, legit, the plot was something a 6th grader could write. Like, all
No.
right, man.
No. How about no? How
Yeah.
about that's not true?
Yeah. And then what else? He goes, does no one else notice? No, everybody notices. He goes, I could tell you exactly how it was going to start and finish. Then
Also not true.
Then turn it off.
Right. Then stop watching.
But you still watched it.
Because you liked it. Because you don't want to admit
Because
that
you
actually liked it.
the pretty colors.
And you know what? You probably liked the girl too.
Yeah.
You probably thought that whatever her name was,
the funniest
she
thing,
was hot.
not the funniest thing, but like one thing, like I used to make a joke about this like all the time, like about how the avatars had sex.
Oh yeah, it's so
and I would
funny.
say that's how I have sex.
You just
Because I have like the long hair,
Your hair?
and my hair just like goes out and it like attaches to somebody else's hair. Stupid. All right,
all
let's
right.
do the other
so
one.
the last one.
Last one. All right.
Last unpopular opinion. I like this segment. This is cool.
Okay. Strangers strangers have a right to tell disruptive children to stop. Let me read it. If a child is being disruptive in public, then anyone being disturbed has a right to tell the child to stop. I don't condone threats or violence against the child. However, telling a child sternly to stop or quit doing that should be acceptable. Parents who do not act to curb disruptive behavior, or worse, tell a stranger they have no right to confront the child, this only works to reinforce their further misbehavior because the child fails to develop any understanding of proper public manners and respect for other people.
Okay, I'm gonna dissect this because I teach little kids. I agree, to a certain extent, because that sort of thinking can go haywire real quick. You know, you can have people that just get disrupted by anything a kid does. People that literally just hate kids. You know, so they're just gonna be like, stop, 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 stop. I don't want to see you do this. I don't want to see that. But there are kids, and you see it all the time on like the subways and shit, where their parents are buried in their phone and the kid is running around doing whatever the hell they want, tugging on people. I see it all the time. That sort of thing. If like a kid is like being disruptive in that way, yeah, I think you have a right to be like, hey, buddy, this. You don't have to be mean. You know, you don't have to, like he said, you don't have to threat. You don't have to do any sorts of violence. You just say like, hey kid, could you not do that? You know, like it's
I would
not
say
really
the
respectful.
rule is if you're going to say something to a kid, speak to them as if they were an adult.
Right.
You know, like if it was adult being in the same disruptor, be like, hey man, like, would you mind just like being?
Well, the thing is though, is people talk to adults like sometimes people will talk to adults like they're dogs. You
What
know
do
what
you
I'm
mean?
saying? Like people will like immediately snap and be like, "What do you think you're doing?" Blah, blah, blah. Like,
Well, I mean, don't do that. Like, be like
But that's how
as if you
people
were
talk to
having a
adults.
respectful. I don't know who talks to adults like that unless you're like really mad.
you've never seen people on the subway do that? Like as soon as like someone will like step on their
some
shoe
like
and they'll be
some.
like,
I've never seen not at that, but I've seen some people get angry on the subway, but they usually seem kind of loony.
"Well, that's true too."
I'm saying like if you were in like a coffee shop or something and somebody was on the phone talking, being loud, you'd be like, "Hey man, would you mind just keeping it down a little bit?"
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's
And
like you
replace
can.
that with
I
a
don't see
kid.
like like I don't understand why that would be any more or less disrespectful than talking to a kid. It's just like another human.
Right. But
People don't like when you try to. You're not even parenting. It's like if you're in a public space, I feel like there's
it's not parenting. That's just teaching the kid how to be a part of society.
yeah
You have a responsibility as a member of society to assimilate and to help the society grow.
yeah
So if you're noticing, and you notice this a lot, where kids are just like doing stupid bullshit all the time and the parents are always not paying attention, yeah, you have a responsibility to say, hey, I don't want this to continue anymore. I don't want other kids to do this.
didn't even have it on the screen.
Oh, didn't have it on the screen.
Yeah, but
I don't want other kids to do this, so I'm gonna say something. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, and I think that parents that are then like, stop parenting my kid. It's like, how about you parent your kid
Right.
and nobody will have to say anything.
Right.
How about you teach your kid to just be a good person?
yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you really are just benefiting society as a whole if you do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like this person makes a pretty good point. Like if we operate under the rule that nobody can say anything, then they're just gonna think that that's an acceptable way to act.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and granted, you know, like we said, I think it has to be a very particular circumstances because kids are gonna be kids, and if you're
Right.
just somebody who's like annoyed by a kid's
idea of a kid.
presence, and kids are gonna play, and kids
Right.
are gonna be silly,
Right.
And if that, like, no, that's not worth saying something over.
No.
I'm saying if the kid is being like you know, poking somebody next to him or like, you know, doing something that you shouldn't do.
Right. Right.
But if you're just being a kid and being playful,
There's
like
nothing
that,
wrong with that.
Yeah, but so that's why I feel like people would, if like this was the established social rule, there would definitely be people that just got mad at kids for being kids.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like this could go awry really quickly because people would overstep because there are people that just don't like kids.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people like that just really don't like being
I'd probably
around
be one of
kids.
those people.
Yeah, you probably would. You
Yeah.
don't like kids like much at all. I love kids. I could sit and hang out with a group of 6-year-olds, and I do for like hours, and it's great. I love kids.
No.
So me, I don't get bothered by them, but I understand that people do get bothered by kids and some of the things that they do. And you just have to nip it in the butt, you know, as soon
Yeah.
as a kid starts doing something. And if
Yeah.
my thing with kids, the way that I approach them is if you approach them in a playful but demanding respect manner, like we'll play, but as soon as you overstep, I'm going to tell you that you're overstepping. They understand that boundary. And once they understand that boundary and they still continue to play, everything's great. They treat you as a friend, but they know that you're also an elder. And it's like a perfect relationship that you can have with a kid. I have it with a bunch of the kids that I teach, and they're awesome. They're such good kids.
Yeah.
And because of that, but I've seen them deal with other adult figures, and they don't have that same sort of relationship, so they don't have that same sort of respect. So they'll run around, they'll do whatever. But if you can get a kid's attention, show that you can be playful with them, but also pull in some sort of like, hey, I'm your elder, respect me a little bit, I know what I'm talking about, it's going to be all well and dandy in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And kids should just, you know how to
Not
behave
act.
in public.
Well, that's
Not like I hate the word behave because like what I'm thinking of now is like if you're really like compelled to a point that you want to say something to a child, for me that threshold would be really far personally.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying.
really
So it's
going
like
off.
if they're that bad,
Yeah.
then it's like, yeah, somebody should tell them that because that's gonna, like this person said, that can come back and bite them in the ass.
But see that, like what you just said right there shows me that you are not the type of person that hates kids, because other people that do hate kids, their threshold would be much lower.
No, I just wouldn't want to like hang out with a kid like you. Like I
Right.
like my threshold's far, but I have a long threshold for anybody. Like
Right.
that's the thing. It's not very necessarily specific for kids. It
Right.
would just take for me to say something to anybody would take. I would say it'd probably be even for adults and kids.
True.
I just have like a long fuse
Yeah.
before I get annoyed. So
All right. I'm going to wrap it
All
up
right.
there, Grant. I actually like that segment. I think we're going to continue with that.
unpopular opinions.
If you have any unpopular opinions, we would love to hear them.
yeah,
Okay,
send
so-
them on Instagram. We'll read them.
There you go.
Send them to my email, Keith's email, Grant@soundpollination.com,
Right,
Keith@soundpollination.com.
Yep.
Send them over. We'll read them on the show. Or if you have one on that's on Reddit, you can just screenshot it and send it to us, and we'll read that one and we'll tackle that one.
Right.
So
We're kind of doing the most recent ones that come in because there's a bunch every day that come in. So we'll just do the most recent ones. But if you have a really favorite one that you want us to dissect, send us a link, send us a screenshot, and we'll dissect that one too.
all right.
And this has been the whatever number episode of 20-somethings.
We'll see you next time.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.